It's a bag thing right there with some things. Says, have you seen the person الذي ينهى عبدا إذا صلى أرأيت إن كان على الهدى? Have you seen if this person was on right guidance? Meaning the Prophet ﷺ, or was the other person, was he on right guidance? أو أمر بالتقوى, or if the Prophet ﷺ was ordering people to again offer the salah, to do those acts that would need someone to taqi min an-nar, to prevent themselves from entering the fire. Did you see Abu Jahl? If he turned away, if he lied, and see, a kadhaba is different from a kadhab, a kadhib. A kadhib is someone who's just lying. If it's no. Yeah, press it again. You could erase that.
It's working.
Nah, it's not recording. Okay, it's recording now. Shukran. Okay, yeah, it is like that. There's another one right there in that back right there. It says here, أَرَأَيْتَ إِن كَذَّبَ وَتَوَلَّى. So you say كَذَبَ. كَذَبَ is he lied. كَذَّبَ is he called the truth a lie, which is different and more intensified than straight lying. Okay? Somebody lies, then they just say, okay, it's raining and it's not raining. But a kadhab or a kadhaba is when it's raining, he says it's not raining outside. So he's calling the truth a lie, which is worse, because that's calling people away from the truth. It's like when they say Islam is a lie. Don't listen to that. They're terrorists, this type of mentality. Those people are kadhabun. They're calling the truth a lie. You know what I'm saying? And so, and these people, they're going to get a greater punishment. وَتَوَلَّى, and they turn away. Either tawallaytu, if I turned away, then I turn my back, which is worse than saying no. We learn in the Usul al-Fiqh, if something in Islam is said, okay, don't do that thing, then that thing is haram. That's one thing, that's haram. But if it's told, ijtanaba, you turn your back on thing, that is more severe than haram. There's no way whatsoever you can get caught doing that thing. Is that understandable? So turning your back is worse. You know that if you turned your back on somebody, that's more severe than telling them, no, I'm not going to help you. But you turn your back on them, it's clear. So he called the truth a lie, then he turned his back on the Prophet ﷺ. Alam ya'lam bi'anna Allah yara? Don't he know? Alam ya'lam. Doesn't he realize, or anybody realize, that Allah sees? And this is sifatullah. This is describing Allah, an attribute that Allah has, that we cannot negate. And we don't do like other people say, well, his seeing, that means something. No, it means that Allah sees. How he sees? In a manner befitting Allah. Okay? In a manner befitting Allah. Wallahu a'lam. But he sees. Alam ya'lam bi'anna Allah yara? Kalla. Never. Never that. La'in lam yantahi, if he don't stop. La'in. So this is emphasized. This is ta'keed. Again, they say for real. If he don't stop, lam yantahi, la nasfa'an bin nasiya. We're going to snatch him and burn his forehead. Now, a nasiya is this part of your forehead. If you see it better on a horse, and people is small or women is long, it looks like it's something hard to grab. But we have hadith where Allah has an ant by his forelock. A small little ant. And if you grab somebody by the forelock, if you ever seen women fight, and they used to grab each other by the forehead of their head and they start hitting each other because you got control of somebody. If you grab a horse by the forelock, a big old horse can't go nowhere if you got him by his forelock. So Allah is saying, Kalla la'in lam yantahi la nasfa'an bin nasiya. I'm going to grab him by his nasiya. And also we see in Surat Rahman, we says, bil aqdam, nasiyatun wal aqdam, nawasi wal aqdam. He's going to snatch him by their forelocks and their feet. We say the angels, they're going to be 70 rows around you, right? And the angels are going to snatch the person by his nawasi wal aqdam, by his feet and his forelock, and snap him backwards and throw him into the hellfire. So Allah alludes to that. لَإِن لَمْ يَنْتَهِ لَنَسْفَعًا بِالنَّاسِ. We're going to grab him and burn him on his forelock. Right? Snap him, throw him in the fire. Then it says, نَاصِيَةٍ كَاذِبَةٍ خَاطِئَةٍ. In the language, you cannot follow up. You can't make badal. You can't change a word. Like if I say, I saw my brother, Makin, then I mention his name. That's badal. I went from something that was nakira, that was not really clear, to something that is clear. But if I said here, the an-nasiya, then I went to something that is nakira, that is indefinite. They say you cannot do that in the language unless that thing is descriptive. It's describing what that is. So it describes as what type of nasiya? Nasiyatin kadhibatin khatiya. A lying, what do you call it? Mistaken and a khatiya. Big, he's in a lot of trouble because he's wrong. He's just wrong. That's what khatiya is, wrong. Not just mistaken, he's wrong. Nasiyatin kadhibatin khatiya. فَلْيَدْعُهُ نَادِيَهُ. So let him go ahead and call his people. Let him call his nadia, his council, his UN, or all his boys, all his men. Let him fill the valley with his people. So nad'u az-zabaniya. We mentioned in the Arabic class earlier that sa comes before a word. What does seen mean in front of a word? It's before fi'lun, and it's going to mean now. In this world, when we see it in the Quran, right? سَيَقُولُ السُّفَهَاءُ. What's going to happen? Let him call his people. We're going to call a Zabaniya. And a Zabaniya are the soul-snatching angels that push and prod people to the hellfire. It's said that their feet are on earth and their heads are up in the sky. They got no give or no flex, as some of the young cats said. They just come and they just do their business. What happened is Abu Jahl is running off the mouth saying, what are you going to do if he see Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Yusalli. So the Prophet ﷺ, he came to the Kaaba. He came to the Kaaba. Sit down. He came to the Kaaba and he started to pray at the Maqam of Ibrahim. He started to pray. And then Abu Jahl started to go forward to do something. It's like he's going to stomp on the Prophet's neck. Because that's what he said. He's going to stomp on his neck. All of a sudden, he started putting his hands in front of his face and running backwards. He started going backwards on his feet. And the people were like, what's up? What's going on? I thought, what's up? You know how people get. They ignorant. What happened to you? I thought you was going to stomp the Prophet, stomp out Muhammad. What's wrong? Why are you putting your hands? He said, Baini wa bainahu khandaqun. There's a pit of fire between me and him. And there's these crazy, he said, hoolan, these monsters with wings and ugly faces in front of me. And he's blocking himself off from this. So he saw the reality. And the Prophet ﷺ said, if he would have come further, the angels would have ripped him apart piece by piece. They'd have ripped him apart limb by limb. An authentic hadith by Muslim.